This threat is real. We believe there are at least 3 nations willing and capable of conducting lethal targeting here.
That bombshell revelation came from ASIO boss Mike Burgess, who was speaking in Sydney last night. Andrew, there's a lot to unpack here. What jumped out for you?
Look, the headline is certainly the 3 countries that ASIO has assessed as being both willing and capable of carrying out assassination hits on Australian soil. That's, of course, also sparked a bit of a guessing game as to which countries they may be. The ASIO boss made a point of not naming them, but there has been past reporting about countries such as India, which has carried out extrajudicial killings overseas or attempted assassinations.
What sort of picture did Mike Burgess paint of the security environment that Australia currently finds itself in?
It was a fairly grim picture that he was painting. He said that there were threats from across the political and ideological divide, so the far left, the far right, Islamic terrorism, national socialist extremists, all sorts of groups that were getting varying degrees of traction in the community. And he said that national security was a responsibility for everyone, and again appealed for members of the public to always report anything that they thought was suspicious.
eSafety has assessed Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, X, Threads, Reddit and Kik as age-restricted platforms.
The ban is coming up on December 10, and there's questions about whether some other apps that are exempt, whether they might receive an influx of users. So the eSafety Commissioner said today in a press conference in Canberra that she would really like those platforms, if they do see a spike in users, to tell her, essentially dobbing themselves in to the watchdog. But of course, I mean, a lot of these apps that have been included, Snapchat being one of the main ones, is really like agitated about not being exempt. So if you are an exempt platform, I mean, why would you dob yourself into eSafety?
We've also heard now that another couple of platforms will be included.
So overnight, we did hear that Reddit will now be included, as will the video streaming platform Kik. So the Communications Minister, Annika Wells, and the eSafety Commissioner, Julie Inman-Grant, they held that press conference this morning and they announced that they would join those other platforms. So now we're up to 9, but there's still a lot of questions around, you know, Roblox, Discord, a lot of platforms that people are familiar with, and there has been some really horrific cases associated with. So the Commissioner and also the Minister said that this list that they're putting out is evolving. They've called it a dynamic list.